Hey guys, and welcome back to Fringe Friday. I am Carmen, and today we are watching season 2, episode 6 of Fringe. You guys know that I am excited as always. In the last episode, we had Walter's PTSS, we had Olivia and her grief and her trauma being dealt with, and we had Peter remembering kind of some stuff about when he was taken from the other world and brought to this one by Walter. You guys know I'm very nervous about Peter fully remembering because I love Walter and Peter's relationship. It is the heart and soul of this show, and it stresses me out a lot, but I'm also really excited. It's very conflicting. It's very conflicting how I feel. But I love that we are dealing with all of this, and I love to watch it. Yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens next. Let's just watch it, and then we'll talk about more after.
If you have to work, you have to work.
Are you on your way home?
There was some traffic, but I'll be home in about 5 minutes.
Tears that you shed. They just called my flight.
Okay, have a safe trip.
Okay, so he's trying
Happy
to
anniversary.
surprise her, but he's gonna end up killed, or she's not really gonna come home, or both. There's fully somebody behind you, or somebody somewhere. What's happening? What the fuck is that? She's gonna come home. Oh no, this is, girl, don't smile. He's dead. Is he dead, or is he possessed?
Randy.
I'm scared.
Randy?
What? How the hell would that even happen? What? This kid's copying him. Amazing. That's cute.
Broyles.
Aww.
Reminds me of Christmas. A fire log that burns so hot it remains intact, holding the shape of its former self.
Walter.
You used to love that when you were a child. You'd poke the log with your little finger, draw genitalia on the reindeer decorations.
Happy memories, Walter.
Did this man happen to be a doctor or work in a hospital?
No, he was an investment banker.
Has he visited a hospital in the last 24 hours?
Why?
It's not the first time I've seen this phenomenon.
What? Is this not the first time you've seen somebody turn to dust?
4 years ago in D.C., several victims were turned to dust like Mr. Danzig. By the time the killings ended, there were 5 deaths. Each of the victims worked at or had recently visited Tyson Jack.
You have case files and a storage unit?
He offered to turn himself in, but only if we could decipher his formula.
Some kind of complex organic compound. I recognize a couple of these elements, but the others I'm not so sure.
What is it?
Don't know. But he implied that solving it was the key to stopping the murders.
Okay.
There were 2 more victims, and after that, he stopped. The trail went cold.
Until last night.
I'm
Okay.
gonna get these to Walter right away.
Yeah. So this is an old case file for Broyles, so this is personal to him. Because he feels responsible and guilty for not stopping it before.
He visited his mother in a hospital yesterday morning.
Which hospital?
Lachmere, Sharma.
Okay, so hospitals mean something. Oh no. Oh no, girl. You know, Fringe is horrifying because it just happens to, I mean, is he coming after her? or like a patient?
That equation describes something organic and highly radioactive. If it has anything to do with the man's death, then this man will be in the mid to low hundreds.
None.
Even reduced to this state, Mr. Danzig should have some trace amounts of radiation.
Can you solve it?
Well, first I would need to break her into her organic and inorganic parts, and then...
What? What are you realizing? Walter is...
Titanium tetrachloride.
What? What does that mean?
You sly temptress.
Well, I love you so much, but please explain. I like that in this episode so
I
far,
can stay.
we're seeing a more
You should go home.
human Broyles.
I'll wait.
Like he's been human before, but I just mean like we're seeing a softer side to him.
Why'd the killer call you? Was it just to taunt you?
Quite the opposite.
He wanted to be caught.
He was distraught. I got the overwhelming impression that however he was killing these people, he wanted it to end.
Okay.
Until today, I thought maybe it had.
Like maybe he had taken care of it himself, if you know what I'm saying. Uh-oh, that's what happened to his TV. It's gonna be this patient. Or the nurse. Oh, it was the patient. Oh, it was the patient. Oh God, it was the patient. They're running.
Something's going on.
Yeah.
Agent Broyles, we have a name. Thomas Kozlov. He worked at the hospital in D.C. and quit the week the murder stopped.
How long till he started working here?
About a month later.
Tomas Kozlov was an alias. Prince,
Oh yeah, good one.
run it through AFIS.
I don't think it's gonna come back, but maybe.
This won't stop until you can solve that formula.
It's been analyzed. They simply need more time. Maybe we should meet someplace, you and I. You can explain what it is we're not understanding. Hello?
So maybe he doesn't have control over it. Maybe he's trying to stop it, but he's been unsuccessful.
Senator Van Horn's on line 3.
Maybe it's something that happened to him.
Philip, when you filed those fingerprints on your suspect, it went wide.
Okay.
Flag went up in Langley. They're gonna take this case from you.
This was my case 4 years ago, and it will remain my case.
Yes.
Your suspect is at the center of an ongoing international investigation led by the Russian government.
Why are they searching for him?
Yeah.
What value does he have to them? Who is he?
Yes.
He illegally removed some property belonging to the Russian Federation.
A weapon? Is that what's killing these people?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not CIA.
There was a time, Dennis, that you would say that as a matter of pride, not an excuse.
I understand what this case means to you.
Mm-hmm. But there's nothing he can do.
There is nothing I can do here.
This is like on Broyles' conscience, though. Like he feels guilty and remorse. He has to solve it. Okay, so is he trying to stop something that the Russians did? Is he trying to stop something that he did? What's he doing?
The CIA is now handling the case.
And they just expect you to hand it over?
Yes. But I intend to do no such thing.
I know you don't.
No documentation. Anything we need to say to each other, we'll do it in person.
When we break the rules, we've got you to protect us. Who's gonna protect you?
I'm aware of the risks.
Nothing better happened to Broyles, you guys. I like love him now. That's all I gotta say.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So can you get a better angle on his face?
It's just a shadow.
There is no face.
Done him.
It's just a shadow.
I think you're gonna want to see this.
Yeah, in person. I can't tell you over the phone. Only face to face, like you said.
This is clearly its own entity.
How is that possible?
Possible that the technology that our Russian friend stole allows him to become this shadow. Billy and I were always amazed at their advancements. Even 40 years ago, you wouldn't believe what those pinkos were up to.
Russian Russian fringe science. There's a pleasant thought.
That's not the word I would use. That is not the word I would use.
This just came in from DC, Senator Van Horn's office.
Did he give him information? How good of friends are you with this guy? That's a big ol' file. I suspect you ignored my orders today at this park. Maybe this will help. He's a friend.
Turns out that it wasn't technology that Timur stole 6 years ago. He abducted his brother. Officially, the Russian space agency states he died in space. He didn't.
Okay.
What happened to him up there?
Yeah.
According to these documents, they still don't understand.
Are you saying the cosmonaut's the Shadow?
I don't know, but what is clear is Timur took his brother from the secret quarantine facility where he was being studied.
Oh God.
Where's his brother now?
Yeah.
Presumably still at Lashmere Hospital. No bodies have been removed from the coma ward for the past 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. We're...
I assumed there would be a radiation surplus in the victim from the penthouse. I was mistaken. It's not the radiation that's killing him. Quite the opposite.
Is the taking away of the radiation?
It's the radiation that the entity is after.
Okay.
All 5 of the victims were undergoing radiation treatment at the time of their death.
Except for the penthouse guy, he died of bad luck.
The day that he visited Lashmere General, he took a cross-country flight in a window seat. 30,000 feet close to the sun. It's like getting a big fat head x-ray.
So this thing follows
Is
you
it?
to the hospital? I'm not gonna sleep for weeks.
Right? I could not be Astrid in this. I could not exist in this world. It's too scary. Like, I would rather know what's going on like they do than be one of these random people. But, like, no, thank you. Oh, no. Oh, no. Girl, run. Oh, okay. It's just him.
What are you doing here? It's not your shift.
Maxine, I wish you hadn't seen me here.
Oh, no. No. Don't kill her.
Are all the patients accounted for?
Are they accounted for?
Yes, every bed. But Maxine, she came in here a few minutes ago.
Is she in one of the beds? Oh. She's fully in that bed. She's dead though. Right? Oh no, she's alive. Okay, he didn't kill her. That's good. Is he trying to find a way to reverse whatever happened to his brother? Because his brother's doing this, like, not fully aware of what he's doing. So he's trying to reverse it so that he'll, like, wake up and be okay again?
It wasn't the cosmonaut, but it could be something inside him. It's possible that while in outer space, the cosmonaut took a spacewalk and brought something back with him. An organism capable of projecting itself without ever really leaving its host.
I'm not following.
I am. It's like astral projection, kind of.
Но это единственный способ удержать тень. Прости, Сашок, прости.
It's getting out.
Алексей, держись! Не сдавать нас, ты сильнее! Прости, что больно! Борись, говорю!
Go back in, go back in, go back in. Okay, good. Stay in there. Oh, no.
Пожалуйста, меня тебя умоляю! Хватит, остановись! Ну, пожалуйста! Жить, Леня. Надо жить. Надо жить!
Okay.
Why is this case so important to you?
That's a good question. I think it's because he takes it personally. He feels like it's his responsibility.
4 years ago,
Okay.
when this case happened,
Mm-hmm.
it was at a moment in time that Fringe Division had fallen out of favor. The government was siphoning money away from us for things that had more public results. But at a certain point, I stopped caring about my profile or promotions. I just wanted to make the world a safer place.
Yeah.
I became obsessed with this case. And for my wife, it was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I was worried you were going to say that.
It ended our marriage.
So he wants this case to be worth it.
I took this job to make the world a safer place for my family.
Now you don't have your family.
Instead, I lost them.
But you can still make the world a safer place for them and for everyone. It's 2.
Oh no.
What? Why oh no? What? Why oh no?
In your message, you said you had new information about the formula.
Mm-hmm.
Have you solved it this time?
It's Olivia.
Walter,
Hello, Agent Dunn.
tell us.
Have you solved the formula?
Yes, but it's bad news, unfortunately.
What's the bad news?
I believe the Russians have tried to remove the organism from the cosmonaut. They couldn't. It's not possible. The two have become one.
Okay.
Can't kill the organism without killing them both.
Agent.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to hang up now.
We have the answer, Timur. But I don't think it's the one you want to hear.
You're not gonna like it.
Afraid your brother.
That whatever's inside of him have become one and the same.
Is he gonna kill his brother?
He's not going to hurt anyone else.
I want this to end as much as you do, but you've got to tell me where you are, Timur.
Oh no! Your brother, he's up. Something's happening. Oh. He killed his brother.
Start triangulating the position.
He's dead though. Who knows how far that thing could have gone? Yeah.
But I imagine we would need a lead case, for starters, big enough for his entire body. Oh no.
What's wrong?
It's escaped.
Before we attempt anything, we must wait until the shadow returns to the cosmonaut.
Walter, you said that Timur could contain it by distressing the host. Do you think that you could draw the shadow back doing the same thing?
Walter? Is that possible?
I don't know. Theoretically, yes. If you hurt the host, you hurt the
Walter,
organism.
it's out there now. Do you think you could try?
Yes, yes.
Oh God. Little girl, I mean, how can you be careful from a shadow? Like, that was,
Stand back!
Tara!
Hey, what's wrong?
Oh no. It's too late.
There was a man, a shadow man. He disappeared.
Is it in her? Or is it actually gone? Is it actually over though? Like,
Philip.
Is that his ex-wife?
The kids aren't here. They went over to Sadie's.
I just wanted to tell you that.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, Rob.
Let them have a moment. Damn.
I closed that case. The one 4 years ago.
I'm happy for you. I mean that.
Doesn't change things.
Do you want to come in? Have some dinner with us?
No.
Yeah, I figured not.
I'll let you get back to your dinner. Good night, Diane.
Good night, Philip.
They would have been cute.
Agent Broyles, you've got a real friend in Senator Van Horn.
Okay. Who are you? Why are you in the middle of the street?
When the CIA says cease and desist, we kind of mean it.
I guess I should thank Senator Van Horn then.
Understatement. So, this thing, there isn't going to be any report, right?
No. Who the hell are you? Aside from who you were in Teen Wolf.
What did you guys do with him? The cosmonaut.
We had no choice once he started breathing again.
What? They sent him back to space? Did they shoot him into space? Because that's just prolonging it. That's not getting rid of it. He started breathing again, and they shot him into space. Am I getting that right? Okay, you guys. So this episode was really interesting for a couple of different reasons. One, we focused on Broyles, which I love. Two, it scares me because last season we focused on Charlie for that one episode when he got impregnated by the monster thing. And then we lost him. So I don't want to like focus on Broyles and then lose him, you know? So I'm just really hopeful that that is not going to happen. But this was a really good episode. I really liked to see the softer side of Broyles, like I kind of talked about in the episode. Like, Broyles has been shown to be very caring in the past. Like, he's stood up for Olivia against Sanford Harris, and he's expressed to her like that he's proud of her and that he cares about her. And they've had that conversation, like when her sister was going through what she was going through with her ex, like the conversation about his divorce lawyer and stuff. So we've gotten little bits and pieces of Broyles' past and seen sort of that side of him a little bit before, but this episode really kind of focused on that and let us delve a little bit deeper into Broyles and who he is and why he is the way that he is and everything. Yeah, so I don't know. I really liked that, and I really like to explore that and to see more of him. And yeah, just see, I love to figure out why characters are the way that they are and like what made them that way. Like, I think it's really interesting when you look at a person or a character psychologically and see like, okay, this and this and this made them react this way. You know, it doesn't always mean that it excuse a character for the behavior that they exhibit if they're bad, which Broyles isn't, but it can explain why a character is the way that they are. It's just something I think is interesting. So in this episode, we kind of see the reason, or some of the reasons, that Broyles is such a workaholic and why he has devoted so much of his life to Fringe Division. We learn that he got really involved in this particular case and he really focused on it. And he's always been very focused on his work based off of, you know, what we learned in this episode. But I think that the time that he spent on this case was, like he said, the straw that broke the camel's back. It was what made his marriage, it was the catalyst, the last thing that happened before his marriage fell apart, right? It was just the reason that his wife was like, okay, enough is enough. I've given you time and time again, chance and chance again, to put me and the kids first, and you're not, right? This is my assumption of what happened, right? Based off of what they said. So I think that a lot of the reason that Broyles is a workaholic now is due to that, right? Like, he doesn't want that sacrifice of his wife and his kids to be in vain. Like he said, I started all of this because I wanted to keep people safe. I wanted to keep the world safe. I wanted to keep my family safe. And now I don't have a family anymore to show for it. And so I think that for Broyles, this job is more than a job. It's his whole life now. And he is dedicating it to keeping people safe, partially because it cost him his family. And something that cost something that precious and that important to him has to be worth it, right? His career, his duty to save people has to work. It has to succeed, or else he gave up his family for nothing, you know? Like, at least that's what I'm getting from what he's saying in this episode, that Fringe has to be successful. It can't be shut down. He has to go that extra mile, because if he doesn't, then he lost his wife and his kids for no fucking reason, you know? Like, it's central to him and the way that he operates for this to succeed, for their plan, for their hope to save the world to be successful. Because one, of what I just said, and two, his wife and his kids live in this world, right? So he has to succeed because he has to keep them safe, because he loves them. That's his whole reason for being. We also met Broyles' friend Van Horn in this episode, and he is like fully ride or die. He is Broyles' friend till the end. Like the CIA, like he said, like 3 grades above their pay grade is ordering them not to investigate anymore, to have nothing else to do with this case, because it involves the Russian government, and it involves our government, and it involves, as we, learned later, a fucking entity from space, which we will talk about. But it involves these things, and the CIA is like, hey, don't fucking touch this case. And when people that are above you and can literally make you disappear and then cover up the fact that they made you disappear, tell you to stop looking into something, usually you stop. But Broyles' friend knew what this had cost him because he's his friend, and he knew that Broyles wouldn't be able to do that, and so he helped him. And that's a good fucking friend, because he could have been disappeared too. He could have been sent into the freaking ether, shot into space like the cosmonaut. Anyway, we like Van Horn. We approve of him. He is a great friend, and I wouldn't mind seeing him again in the future. He's a senator. I think that's all we really know. He has a wife named Phyllis, I think. I don't know if that's important. Anyway, what is important is the CIA agent, aka, what's his name? Somebody Argent from Teen Wolf, if you've seen it, Anyway, Allison's dad. He is apparently a CIA agent, and he just showed up outside of Broyles' ex-wife's house, and he's like, hey, you have a good friend. And then he went on to say that the cosmonaut, one, started breathing again after he got shot in the head. So that's a lot. 2, that they shot him back into space. Essentially, he said that. It was implied. And 1, we now have confirmation in Fringe that extraterrestrial life exists in the world of Fringe, at least to some extent. And we just shot it back into space because we're that's a problem for future us. At least that's what the people on Fringe did. They're like, that's a problem for future us. That's it. Seems reckless. Yes, good, you got it off of Earth, but assumedly, in the future, y'all are gonna go back into space at some point. And so, again, you're just putting off your problem. Unless they, shot him into space, sans ship, sans bodysuit, sans everything, and just, killed him. But again, do we know that that would kill the entity that literally came from space? I don't know. I'm still unsure of how the people turned into dust in the episode. I know all of the radiation in their body was depleted, so it was taken out of them. Do we need some level of radiation in our bodies in order to survive? Because didn't know that. How would it make people dust? I feel like they did not properly explain this in the episode. Maybe they did, and I'm just forgetting. But curious about that. I am glad to know that the little girl is not infected, because I thought that she was, but if that guy started breathing again, then that thing was definitely back in him. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to say. I just love that we got an episode that focused on Broyles, and I love that we're getting some information on him. We're getting into his brain and figuring out the way it works, and into his heart and figuring out the way it works. And I fully ship him and his ex-wife, and like I would like them to get back together because they looked cute. Still don't understand exactly what's going on with him and Nina Sharp. That was fully out of left field and fully left unexplained. So, you know, he's lonely, she's lonely, it happens, probably just what it was. But they really just threw that at us and we're like, we're not going to mention this again. Like, they probably will at some point, but like, they have not mentioned it again. And I need to know what the hell that was. Yeah, I would love more episodes of Broyles, more information. I would love to see him with his kids. I would love to see this softer side of him, because I think that, you know, just with his voice and the way he dresses and how like sharp and angular he is, you know, with his cheekbones and his defined chin, and, you know, he's handsome, okay, but like, just, he's very harsh, you know, like his voice, his attitude, he's so buttoned up and like Broyles that it's really nice to see those layers peeled back and to see him like play with the kid in the restaurant. And so I would just love to see him play with his kids and to see him smile and laugh and joke more, because I like to see that aspect of characters, and he's fully capable of it. Like, we've seen him smile, we've seen him be soft and gentle, and yeah, like, it makes total sense that he puts on this, or he lets out like more harsh parts of his personality in his high demanding job where he's trying to find like murderers and people trying to destroy our planet. But I do just like enjoy to see the softer side of him. Just like I enjoy to see the softer, more playful side of Walter. I enjoy to see the softer, more playful side of Broyles. And I hope that we get to see it more in the future. And I hope that he is not now doomed, because again, I'm just a little worried after we got the episode with Charlie and then everything that happened with Charlie. So I need Broyles to stay in this. I want 5 seasons, I think there are, of this. I want all 5 seasons to have my man Broyles in them. So we'll see. Anyway, I feel like I'm fully just rambling at you guys at this point. So thank you so much for watching. As always, if you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. And you can join me over on Patreon, which is linked in the description down below, if you would like to see the entire full-length reaction to this episode, as well as every episode I have seen thus far of Fringe, as well as the next episode right now, again, over on Patreon. And yeah, that is all I have to say for now. Until next time. Bye, guys.